More recently, I'm always deep in thought as to why most of the things that we consume are not made in Africa, are not created in my country. Rather, they are things that are made outside of my country, but are consumed mostly by people in my country. For example, some of the social media apps that we spend hours on every day, if you look at it, most of them are not created by Africans. Majority of them are Europeans, Americans especially. So what's happening to Africa? I keep asking this question because it's very important. It is very, very important. Recently I was reading a book by Anthony Robbins about the game of money, and there is a quote that really stood out for me. Let me read it out here. It says, "My wealth has come from a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest." You know who made this statement? Warren Buffett. Now, Warren Buffett is a billionaire and he's from the United States of America. He made it very clear that the statement that if you are born in America, you are won the ovarian lottery is nothing but a fact. The environment in this case plays a very huge role in determining how far a person goes. So back to Africa, apps like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, apps that we spend our time on, Uber Eats, Uber itself, all these apps, most of them, if you notice, none of them comes from Africa. And one thing I've noticed about Africans and Africa is there's something called wealth transference. Wealth transference is almost absent in this part of the world. You see people rise to the ranks of being very wealthy, but then the ability to transfer that wealth to another generation becomes a problem. And so we have that whenever a person becomes very wealthy, you have attacks left, right, center. You have people that are watching you, people that are going after you, people that are trying to harm you just because you are wealthy, just because you have money. And most of the time, because of these attacks, these billionaires or these wealthy people end up losing their wealth. Now, that's commonplace over here in Africa. In America, you find out that whenever there is a chance for wealth to be created, there's encouragement by even the government to ensure that establishment is made such that it can be transferred to the next generation of people. Long-term thinking is one of the things that we look at in depth in this part of the world. But that is very absent because most of the leaders are coming, most of the government policies are very short-sighted.